Hey everyone, it's CL, and I have for you all today a very random, small little book haul for you today. So, as you know, I'm trying to be better with my spending this year when it comes to books, so I only picked up a few things. The first place I went to was Barnes & Noble, and I only picked up 2 small things, and then the rest of the books I got from my library book sale. But before I get into those, let's go ahead and start with the books that I got from Barnes & Noble. So the 2 books that I picked up from Barnes & Noble, they really caught my eye because their covers were so beautiful. And the first book is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by J.K. Rowling. And I actually already read this, so you'll see more of this in my reader's vlog that I'm doing. But yes, I read this already and I enjoyed it. I do want to get the other 2, and I feel kind of silly because I could have bought the box set for like $20 with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and it has The Tale of Beetle the Bard and the Quidditch book. I forget the title of it, but I could have bought the box set for much cheaper than buying the books individually. And that's what kind of sucks about impulse buys, is that I could have saved money. So that's unfortunate, but now I feel like I can't buy the box set now because I already bought the first book. So yes, and I also picked up from Barnes & Noble The Art of War by Sun Tzu, and I picked this up. I already have a free version of The Art of War as in iBook on my my phone, but I picked this one up because I thought the cover was really pretty and I didn't own a physical copy. If you're not familiar with The Art of War, it is a very popular book, and the synopsis describes it as a 2,000-year-old Chinese war strategy manuscript or guide. I classify it as ancient Chinese philosophy, so I picked this up. I do want to read this again, and yeah, this is just one of those books that every few years I read again. So yeah, it has a really beautiful red and gold cover, and the outside of the pages is gold, and I thought that was really pretty, and I thought it's a book that I do want to own a physical copy of, and I thought it was like a very pretty version that will look nice on my shelves. So yeah, I picked that up. So the next set of books I picked up are from my library book sale. They're very random and miscellaneous, and I'm not really good with the synopsis. I'm going to skip the synopsises this go around because, one, I don't know what the books are about. They are impulse buys, and most of my hauls are impulse buys. And 2, what I'm really happy about is most of the books I got from the library sale, the average rating is approximately 4 stars, because before I buy them, I like to check the ratings just to make sure that is something I really want to buy, because if it got really low ratings on Goodreads, I tend to shy away from those because I don't want to buy a book that I will end up not liking. Not to say that I won't read any books with low ratings, but I'm just more picky when it comes to those books. The library book sale, if you buy a hardcover, it's only 25 cents. And what's really cool, all the books I bought today, I was looking at the covers, and the original prices range from like $15 to $18 for these hardcovers, and I got them for 25 cents. So I'm a firm believer that library sales are totally underrated. And in my mind, I want to take a day and just go to as many libraries as I can and just check out their library sales and do like a collective haul that way. But yeah, so maybe that's something I'll do in the future, just because I like to browse. I like to browse the shelves, see what they have on sale, and see what I can buy for a really good price. So the first book that I picked up at the library sale is called Odd and the Frost Giants. One of the reasons I picked this up is because the author is Neil Gaiman, and I always hear his name everywhere. So I wanted to pick this up. And another random reason why I picked this up, the main character's name is Odd. Now, I read another book where the main character's name is Odd, and that was Odd Thomas by Dean Koontz. And when I read that book, I really thought that that was the only book I would ever come across where the main character's name is Odd. And to my surprise, there's another book where the main character's name is Odd, and I didn't think that was like a very common name, but hey, you never know. The next book that I picked up is called The Last Apprentice, The Revenge of the Witch. Don't know what it's about, but I like the cover. The ratings were really good on Goodreads. So yeah, I want to check this out and see how I like it. It seems like an adventure, kind of magical and mysterious. At least that's what the cover is kind of conveying to me. So yeah, I'll go ahead and check this out and see how I like it. So the next book that I picked up is called The Book of Story Beginnings, and every time I go to the library I pass this book and it catches my eye, and I have never purchased it until today. I decided to go ahead and purchase it. It is only 25 cents. And what intrigued me with this book was not only the cover, kind of like, oh, what's happening here, but the title, The Book of Story Beginnings. It sounds adventurous. It sounds kind of like fables. But yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and read it and see how I like it. The next book that I picked up is called Starcrossed. I read the synopsis on the book cover, but if you told me to explain it to you, I wouldn't be able to do that. It sounded intriguing when I read the cover, and it got around the 4-star range for reviews, so I decided to go ahead and check it out, especially because it's 25 cents. Like if this would have cost like $4 or even $3, I probably would have passed on it, but since it's 25 cents, I decided to go ahead and give it a chance. The next book that I picked up is Aragon. Now, this is a pretty popular book. I've been meaning to read it for a while, but just never picked it up like at the bookstore because there was always other books that were higher on my priority list. But I found this sale. It was the first time I've come across it on the library sale shelves at my library, and I wanted to pick it up before anybody else did. I don't know much about what it's about, except of course it's about a dragon. Yes, I'm looking forward to reading this book. I like fantasy, I like adventure, and I've been meaning to read it for a while, and today I finally picked it up from the So the last book that I picked up from my library sale is called Blood Ninja. Now, I do have to tell you that I am a sucker for all things ninja. If out of the corner of my eye I see the word ninja, I will make a beeline and see what it's all about, whether it be a movie or a book. When I was browsing the library sale, this was the first book that caught my attention. I picked it up and I started reading the synopsis, and right away I felt really drawn to it. And once I feel a connection, I will stop reading the synopsis because I don't want to know what it's about, because I like to be surprised. But I do want to read a little quote from the back. Another author quoted how they like the book, I guess. And it says, "A fast-paced, gripping book with ninjas." And that right there, I'm sold. Totally, absolutely needed to pick this up. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Out of all the books that I purchased in the library sale, this is probably the one that's going to be read first. So I'm crossing my fingers that I'll enjoy it, because inside I already feel a little bit hyped up about it. My haul for this time around. I hope you've seen some interesting books and maybe it will inspire you to pick up a book and start reading. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my books. Whenever I buy books from the library sale, I'm the type of person that will like get Clorox wipes and wipe them down. Mine has like this plastic cover. My library puts like a plastic cover on all their books. So I'm thinking of either taking off the plastic, or I'm thinking about just getting a Clorox wipe and wiping the books down, because in my mind I'm just thinking about like thousands upon thousands of people have picked up this book, and I get a little bit germophobic. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a comment down below of what you're reading or what you've been up to, and I will see you next time.